Here are a few snapshots from my day as someone who works full-time from home with a kiddo who is also home full-time. On this day, I woke up super early and did my writing first thing. That's me taking a few moments of silence. I love the practice of writing out one page longhand before my day starts. I feel like it helps me just focus and become ultimately more creative. So here I am doing more work. That is my secret when my daughter is home, is I wake up super early and get done as much work as I can before she wakes up so that I can focus on spending time with her when she's awake. And here you can see the clutter behind me. I mentioned this, that green wall only hides so much. So here I am making breakfast for everyone, including myself. My husband had woken up at this time and my little one is still sleeping, but I wanted to have breakfast ready for her so that she has a smoother wake up. It's just always easier when there's food in sight. I know that makes it easier for me too. So I'd like to get a jump on the dishes. I'm just putting things away here. And next, you gotta get in that workout. So I recently paused my gym membership because I wasn't going, and I'm just doing workouts from YouTube at home. I have an adjustable weight set and I'm using it, and I am just setting aside the time. This workout was a 10-minute workout. I think I did Kaylee Cohen Strength, and I really like her workouts because they're quick and effective. The important thing is to just get it done. So here I am wrapping up because that's all it took. And once it's done, it's done. I'm moving on to some housework, and we're folding the laundry. So by this time I had changed. I think I was getting ready to shower, and I had, this is kind of how I take a break, is doing the chores. Helps me keep my sanity. So I'm happy to stay on top of the laundry and do whatever I need to stay on top of it. And here we're moving on next to some activities that I had set aside for my daughter to do. She loves painting. Yes, she's on the table. Yes, is it the safest? Probably not, but it's her favorite place to be. So she's big into painting right now, and I have a sketchbook for her, and she's doing one painting a day every day. So it's like her kind of painting journal. So I love that for her. And here's me doing some more cleaning up. I've changed and showered by this point. And I try as much as I can when she's home and I'm working to stay on top of the messes because, again, for my personal sanity, it's just easier if I clean up as we all go. And she's also really good about helping out when we clean up. She is actually, there's her painting. She will be sure to help out if she sees me and I ask her, she will absolutely clean up. So she's trained to notice that if there's a mess, she needs to help clean it up. Here I'm trying to tidy up our snack a little bit more, again, just to stay on top of it for my mental health. And I'm wondering to myself, can I take 5 minutes to lay down? Because I'd gotten up at 4 and by this time it's 9:30. I'm thinking, can I just have a tiny bit of a break? And the answer to that is no, I cannot. So she comes over and wants to play with beads, which is cool. So now we're off to our next activity, and that is the Museum of Natural History. We have a year-long membership there, and I think it's money well spent. It's a gorgeous space. Even if we just go to run around, it's great to be able to have that as an outlet. These are clips from the Invisible Worlds exhibit, and she absolutely loved it. She is about to turn 4, and even though the area was dark, she loved it. This is the Hall of African Mammals with the elephant. She wanted to take her elephant to go visit the elephants, and that is the opening rotunda. And here we got a snack of some waffles, which was delicious. And now we're back home and we're eating lunch. I have turned off the lights and close the shades because I'm trying to get her ready for nap time. I have a meeting at 1:30 and I am really hoping that she will nap through it, which she did, which was fantastic. She doesn't always, but in this case she did because I had really pushed to keep her as active as possible, and ultimately it worked, which was great. So now she's watching an episode of Daniel Tiger while I do some work, and I told her as soon as Daniel was over, we were going to turn off the TV and take a rest, which ended up happening, which was great. So during this time, I'm catching up on work and eating some lunch in the meantime. And I feel like for me, what's the easiest way to work with a little one at home, and thankfully I don't have to do it that often anymore, is to A, wake up early, and B, have a schedule and be very, very clear about the times that I'm going to work, and then C, to just try to take the moments that I can and get done the work that I can, because so much of this work is done in the margins, either before or after she wakes up and is active, and that's just the way it is. I know that this period of childhood is very short, and I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can, but also continue in my own growth and development. Here I am back after just gently letting her know that it looked like the episode was about to end. And once the episode was over, we were going to take a nap. And I ended up turning off the TV and just sitting on the couch with her and reading a book because I know she naps. They nap as a class at her school and for day camp. So I think it's helpful to her to have other people with her when she's trying to fall asleep. It's always helpful to have a buddy with you. So that's what I did during this time. It's very tiring. And then here, I wish I could nap. Here she is actually sleeping. It was glorious. I was so happy that she actually ended up napping. And here I am on my meeting, which I took in the bedroom. I had hoped that she would fall asleep in the bedroom, but she did not. And we just rolled with it. So that's where I had my meeting. It is 2 o'clock and I am beat. Thank goodness though, she is sleeping. I kept her very busy, very active all day with the intention and the hope that she would sleep, and she did. It's like I send her an invitation to a nap, and sometimes she accepts that invitation, and sometimes she declines the invitation. My only responsibility is to send that invitation, which I did, and to sort of prime the ground to make her ready to fall asleep, which she is, and is wonderful. So that is a great thing, and that was probably this was the meeting that I was the most, that I was planning for the most. I mean, it's Monday, it's setting the tone. It was just internal, but I'm glad that everything worked out. So I will wake her up in a little bit, in a couple minutes, so that she sleeps tonight. And then we will get back outside again. We're going to go to the grocery store, and then we'll probably try to swing by a park to get some more playtime in. Weather is beautiful, which helps, is good. We just got to keep moving. So I have been so productive today. I forget how good I feel when I wake up early. So I would like to do that more. Like I knew when I woke up and got myself out of bed this morning that good things would happen and that I would be productive. So that is a wonderful thing. And I feel really good about that. I've put makeup on 3 times today because my skin eats it up when it's tired. It like soaks in. So I just keep reapplying. So that is the plan for the rest of the day. I'll work until we head out. So in another half hour or so. And then we'll come back. I was going to make chicken. I have like chicken quarters that I defrosted, and I am not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to buy a rotisserie chicken and make like a rice pilaf or something quick and easy. I like to take like grated carrot and put that in the rice and then add peas once it's cooked because it tastes really good, and the peas don't have a long cook time, and it's just good to get all of our veggies, get some veggies in us. So that is what I think I'm going to do, and I'll just make the chicken quarters another day or later tonight, just so we have something to eat quickly now or for dinner when everyone is ready to eat. So that's the plan. Then while she's eating, I will finish up work, and then I'll work on my own stuff. I got a bunch of content that I'd like to record and get out, or that I'd like to finish editing. I'm going back on my backlog for this channel. So you should see some more content coming through. So that's exciting, and I feel positive about that. I'm really pleased that I've been able to upload, pleased at myself for being consistent like that. So that's what we have so far. Yeah, so this is a day in my life. It's full-time working mom, full-time parent. So here we go.